Tips for bicep growth. Let me give you a tip for a bicep growth. First off, I recommend lowering the protein 100% because you don't want to play with that. You don't want to play with the kidneys. Sorry, guys. Tips for bicep growth. Let me give you a tip for a bicep growth. My recommendation is straight bar curls, 3 sets. Do some alternating dumbbell curls. Again, 3 sets. Rep range could be between 6 and 10 to the most. And then finish it off with some preachers. And we've been doing a lot of preachers lately. So that or a concentration curl, but I'd go a preacher. And then Robbie's been really kicking our ass with these bicep workouts lately. I think it's just because his biceps are so freaky. But what he does is he'll take to the preacher bench. The preacher bench is normally 2 different positions. One is a little bit more up and down, where the other one has a little bit of an angle to it. And so depending on which way he's leaning or laying over, and he'll also play with his pits, his armpits. So instead of putting the pad all the way up top, he might put it down here for more power and go through it. So again, but he'll superset those 2, and I've been doing that with him lately, and toasts me. And he's honestly using the same weight, if not heavier weight than me. So check out the YouTube for those workouts, and also just for tips on how to build those arms.
Advice, he says, aloha, Mike. I have kidney issues. My diabetes is under control. I have very, very high protein in my feed. Any suggestion, any supplements to help this?
One more time.
He's
got kidney disease.
Yeah, he's got very high protein in his pee, which is any supplements to help.
Yeah, I would. First off, I'd recommend lowering the protein 100% because you don't want to play with that. You don't want to play with the kidneys, seriously. And then this is something that I would recommend that you're checking your blood work, and then you're talking to your doctor. But talk to a doctor on that. Okay, don't talk to a specialist or somebody that says that they know what they're doing. Talk to a doctor about that. Okay, is that clear? Is that this stuff when and that's the one thing I think is interesting is when I was growing up, there was a point, and it seems like that was thrown out the window now. Just have protein. Just have as much protein as you possibly want. Just have, I don't give a sheesh how much it is. You eat 10,000 calories, you don't want to get fat, eat just protein. And it's like, wow, that much protein is hard on the kidneys and liver. And I grew up understanding that. So the fact that a lot of you just chalk it up and go, I can have as much protein and it does nothing to me. Too much of something, anything, does something to the body. So just be smart about that. And just like you said, it's like, I don't know how old you are to have this issue with your kidneys, but again, it's not an age thing either. I know 25-year-olds that have issues, and I know 60-year-olds that don't have issues. So again, just be smart when you guys get to this kind of level where you're really trying to push it. And I did pin a comment over here. Guy says, don't use PEDs if you're not competing. Just the statement alone, I think, is ignorant.
Yeah.
Because first of all, even if you're competing, you don't have to take PEDs. That's the dumbest thing in the world. You're not competing to appease somebody else. You're competing because you want to compete. You like the tussle. You want to get some kind of pressure on you so you can try to get better in life. Doesn't mean you need to do compete and do PEDs. You can compete naturally. So that's a silly comment. And then it goes back to what Jeff just said. You're saying don't do PEDs if you're not going to compete. So do it if you're competing. No, that's stupid. And then the second thing is if somebody's on here who's 40 years old and has low testosterone, 100% that person should go do testosterone and get on some HRT. Or he's just hurting himself in the long run. So that's, you got to be more open-minded than that. You just can't throw out a blanket statement like that.
I fasted for months and lost over 125 pounds, but it stopped working when I hit 250. He told me my metabolism shut down. He told me to stop fasting and try to hold that 250, and I did. How should I proceed?
Well, first of all, congratulations on being able to use a trick to get your body into a better position, which also help motivate you into a better position. So here's the great thing. Now that you have stopped and you've gone back to food and you've maintained your body, you can go back to any way you feel would be beneficial for you to diet now. Because you stopped doing it, correct? Is that what you've read, Jeff?
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So just like anybody, when you're dieting and you diet for 12 weeks, right? And you're trying to get sliced for the show or whatever that thing is, your body's going to hit a plateau where you're like, this is done. You've done your 12 weeks. Anything further, and now you're going to start hurting your body. So you stop and you just chill on that. I'm going to get this before Jeffrey. Bam! I got him before you. So this gentleman fasted, and again, I am nowhere a fan of fasting. If you do it for a short period of time and then get away from it. But he did it. He lost over 100 pounds, so that's great. But now he's back onto the food. I would try to speed up your metabolism and heal it while you're holding that weight and try to get to 6 meals and then go back to the basic way that you did it when you first dropped the weight. That's what I would recommend. And thank you for the donation for the puppies. I appreciate that. What questions we got, boys and girls? Have you guys tried this? Holy shnikes. I don't know if you can see. I can't see it. There you go. I need an answer. Do you agree of a teenager, 18 years old, 13 to 18, needs to go to the gym or just to be healthy? Well, you're already healthy, 13 to 18 on the majority.
Should Bobo pick up some more of those?
Yes, Bobo. Please. Please, please. Hey, I'm on live. Let's go. Do I think a 13 to 18-year-old should go to the gym to be healthy? They're already healthy. They're 13 to 18. I do think they should go for to learn some freaking incredible things that will help them in life. Commitment, consistency. They'll build them some strength. And also at that age, you're setting yourself up to win in life physically when you are starting exercise during those puberty years. And I still to this day, it's like I am so happy that I trained from that age, that early age like I did. So it helped my nervous system and my body to be strong enough to maintain that size through my life. So that's one thing I do recommend. And again, I think weightlifting itself is testing the body. And I think also it just helps everybody mentally. Everything okay?
Yeah.